We're back. We're back, guys. Oh my gosh. He's been gone for like 2 weeks. It's insane. So much has happened. No, why would I do that? I like the lighting in the background. I like my little light right there. When I was at my friend's mom's house recently, she gave me a mini avocado. It's cute, right? Makes good fabric sounds. What do you think? Maybe we move the camera back a bit and just get organized. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. I hope you're glad to see me too. I assume you are. It's been too long, and I apologize every time. My life has been very eventful lately, and it's full of ups and downs, and just a lot's been going on, so I'm here to say hello and see if I can get back in the swing of things once again. I miss uploading, like just sitting here and like collecting myself and like getting in the ASMR mood to make a video. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, guys. It is an experience, and a positive one, a very, very positive one. I don't know, it puts me in a good mood. So I'm just really glad to be here and be here with you. And let's get started, I guess. I mean, we're not really going to be doing anything out of the ordinary. I'm going to be talking for a bit, making some sounds, and we'll just see where things go. How about that? So, first, let's take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4 deep breaths today. 4. Let's do 4. And breathe in through the belly, and then when you hit the top of your breath, I want you to do an extra inhale through the nose, a little physiological sigh to calm the nervous system, to calm the nervous system. Calm the nervous system. Okay, so I'm going to do it with you. Of course, I wouldn't ask you to do it if I wasn't going to do it myself. So, in and out through the mouth. Thinly pursed lips like you're breathing out through a tiny little straw. A tiny little straw. Ooh, like that. Number 2. And then out. 3. And 4. Okay, so we're going to be showing and telling, I suppose, today. I'm going to show you first something that I made in the lab. Once again, I'm in dental school, for those of you who do not know or are new. I made this. Looks like a horseshoe, right? No, it's your mandibular arch on the bottom of your mouth. And so, you know, like when you go to the dentist or the orthodontist if you've had braces, and they take one of these little trays here and they open your mouth and they press it down. So that's basically what we did. But we did it on a fake mouth, a fake palate. And you press it down, you take it off, and it sort of hardens into this white material here. Then you fill the white material. You get a bowl, little, like, it's green, I see it over there. It's made out of, I don't even know, rubber. And then you stir it up. You put the stone in there. You put the little powder in there. And you stir up the powder with some water. And then, once it's all stirred, you pour it in here. Right? And then you get this. But it's not that simple. But it makes cool sounds. Are we rocking with it? Yay or nay? Yay or Renee, what if I tap on the back? Oh yeah. Guys, it's already been 5 minutes. What the heck is even going on? How does time fly like this? This is not okay. I have plenty of time, so we're making a 25-minute max video. No, minimum. 25 minutes minimum video. And then I have to go to PBL, which is class, basically. Problem-based learning. We get basically if someone were to come into your office, you imagine you're a doctor. So you're the doctor right now. And I'm like, hey, my back hurts. And my leg is numb. And I can't feel my left pinky toe. Then you'd have to say, okay, let's figure out what this is. Then you go and you do your little research. And you figure out what the hell's wrong with this person. Me. And then once you figure it out, you gotta give me a diagnosis and then a treatment. That's basically what we do. But we also have to like read the textbook a lot and like blah 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 boring stuff. We're not gonna talk about that anyways. Let's talk about something else. Blood pressure. I had to learn how to take blood pressure the other day. So let's unzip her. And then pull her out. And by her, I mean both my stethoscope and my blood pressure cuff. Here's the old blood pressure cuff. Little gauge right there. So, let me show you something. If we twist her to the right all the way and we give her a little, she starts to clamp up, getting a little bit tight. If I went this far on you, you probably would not have an arm anymore. It'd be squished. And then I let it out. Right? Twist her to the right, left. Ooh, nice. Is that a good sound? We don't know. I don't know. I'll figure it out later when I'm watching it. So there's this. Make some scrapey, scratchy sounds, which is nice. Little tappy sounds. Little rubber. The heck was that? No. No rubber bulb sounds. And then we have my stethoscope. Okay, your heart is beating. You are alive. This is good. This is good, guys. So far, so good. Let's see. If I were to hold this up to the screen, and like carve it a bit. I don't know if that makes good sounds. So we're not going to do it for very long. We're going to go back to the avocado, back to the avocado, back to the avocado. He's smiling at you. Smiling, he or she. Or they. Anyways, we're going to put a little avocado back here. And let's chat for a bit, I guess. What the hector? So, well, if you want to hear about me, I can talk a little bit about what's been going on in my life. So, it's been very busy. Last couple weeks, trying to think about what's on my mind. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed that I would like to share is just something that I've noticed since coming here. I think that it's important for us to keep in mind. Your environment shapes you in a lot of ways. It shapes you. And it's easier to be shaped when you don't have a firm identity where you are, or if your sense of self is not as strong. And I think generally, I'd say I have a strong sense of self. easier for me if I'm feeling insecure or having a bad week, or I don't know, anything happens, life, occurs, to start to notice myself conforming to the people around me or acting more like the people around me. And I don't even have to be in that type of a state in order to do that. Sometimes you just want to, fit in, or just match someone's energy. It could be anything. But I think it's important to at least reflect on how aligned we are with who we want to be in certain situations. So lately in the evenings, before it's time to go to bed, if it's your bedtime, then good. I hope you are relaxed. But I think in the evenings I've been reflecting on like how my day has gone, and like trying to notice, because a lot of these things are out of our conscious awareness. They're out of our conscious awareness. And so I think sometimes we have to be a little bit more curious. It takes a little bit of curiosity, almost like childlike curiosity, in order to notice the things that we may not have in our general awareness. And sometimes you're aware of it, but sometimes you don't want to admit it to yourself. Sometimes you forgot. Sometimes there's too much going on to notice in the first place. And so just spending a little bit of time, but it's hard when you don't know where to and how to explore, what's going on in your own mind. And so the idea is to ask questions, right? But you have to figure out what questions to ask. And so being curious, asking different questions with, sometimes exploring our own minds can be a bit scary. Sometimes we have anxiety that we're facing and dealing with, and so sitting with ourselves, or not being distracted, can be frightening. It can be frightening to sit with ourselves for a period of time. And so sometimes we have to face that and, realize that there's nothing to be afraid of. At least, your own anxiety can't hurt you. It's there. And so I think sometimes having the courage to face it can build confidence, can build resilience and confidence and faith in ourselves, that we can face obstacles that come our way. And so by facing these things, right, instead of ignoring and running from them, or pretending like it's not there, which totally understand if that's something that you do, if you fall into any of those categories at times, totally get it. But by facing them and being curious and wanting to learn more, you can start to break out of patterns and notice patterns and start to shape your life rather than having life shape you, right? So you're no longer living, you're no longer reacting to what's around you, and life is no longer shaping you. You can sort of start to shape your environment. So something I like to say, either you can shape your environment, or your environment will shape you, and you just have to choose. So generally, people with stronger personalities, or probably in stronger sense of selves, are probably be more impactful and able to shape other people, and less likely to be shaped themselves. While people who tend to conform or shapeshift are going to be more likely to conform and shapeshift to the people around them. And so it's going to be harder for them to have a consistent sense of self or direction. And that was me for a long time in my life. And sometimes I fall back into my old tendencies. I was that way a lot growing up, big time. And so, I remember when I was growing up, my friends would often tell me, I have one memory I still remember this day, where about to go to a church camp for, like a fall retreat or something. It was in middle school. I get in the car with two of my best friends, still love them to this day. They were going to be on the channel, actually, when we had the 1K special that we were going to do before. That one didn't have the footage. The footage was chopped. But anyways, so we're in the car, we're in the back of my mom's car, and we're talking about a topic. I don't remember what the topic was, but they both had different sides. So one friend thought this way, and the other friend thought the complete opposite. And so the first friend says this, and I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. Okay. Second friend says this, complete opposite, and I agreed with him too. And I'm like, Ethan, you just agreed with both of us. And I'm like, oh, I did. Because I didn't have the courage to think for myself or to have my own opinion, because I truly didn't know what I thought. I just went with whatever someone else said. And so it was easy for me to be shaped or even manipulated in worst case scenario. And so being able to think about these things and think through how you feel about things and try to understand your identity and your sense of self can help you to navigate the life, the life you're living better in the world around you, and social interactions and other things. Because I think sometimes the fear is that if we, stand our ground in certain things, that other people aren't going to like us. And the truth is, that's actually fine. It's okay if people don't like you. Because imagine if everyone likes you, there's no way everybody likes you if you are just being one true self. Not everyone is going to like you. There's no way. I don't think anyone in existence could be liked by every single person if they stuck to their true authentic self. The only way everyone's going to like you is if you constantly are shifting who you are to fit and meet the needs of those around you. And you can do that, but at the expense of yourself and your confidence and your identity. So it's your choice. I'm just saying this is kind of how I think of the situation. It's good for me too to reflect on this, so I can choose how I want to live as well. So often for me, I get confidence from not needing the validation, rather than seeking the validation to feel the confidence. You feel the confidence because you don't need the validation, right? And being confident in those that do like you, right? Like, let's take YouTube, for example. Click-through rate. So what a click-through rate is, if you see my video on YouTube and you choose to not click on it and scroll, click rate goes down, CTR. If you choose to click on it, it goes up, right? It's an analytic. It's something that YouTube uses. I don't really look at it much anymore. I did when I first started the channel. It was like something to look at, and it just creates anxiety. It's like, oh, my performance is bad. I made a bad video because no one's clicking on it. That's not really how it works exactly. There are many things and factors that influence that. But for me, I decided, it doesn't matter what these analytics say. It just matters that I am choosing to show up in my channels a certain way, making content that I love and interacting with people and, making a difference in some way, shape, or form, and making connections on here. All the things that are important to me, that's the main goal. It doesn't matter who clicks on my video, how many people click on my video. But if I got stuck up on that, right? YouTube says a good click-through rate is over 5%. 5% out of 100. If you met 100 people, that means 5 out of those 100 like you. And that's good in YouTube terms. And so if you have, 5 people like you, but 95 people hate you, right? But if those 5 people love you, then that can outweigh the 95. But kind of how our brain works sometimes is it'd rather focus on the danger. The 95 people are dangerous. So you focus on 95 people that hate you. They hate you. They may not hate you. They just weren't interested in what you have to offer. It doesn't mean that I don't have something good to offer. I'm sure plenty of you guys agree that I have something great to offer. I think I do. Not everybody's going to want it, like it, or appreciate it, and that's fine. But what I'm trying to put into perspective here is that so many people aren't going to like you. And so if someone does not like you, instead of spending all of your energy on trying to convince them that you are the person that you are, forget about it. Just let go. It's okay. Not everyone's going to like you. So we don't have to conform, because eventually you will find that 5% or less, that like you, and appreciate you and see you for who you are. And so for me, I'm in a class of 145 people. The odds that, I get, if a 5% click-through rate is good, I'm okay with lower than that. Honestly, if I find quality people, I wrote something on my wall. I think it says quality over quantity. I don't see where I wrote it, though. I have some sticky notes up on the wall just to remind myself of things, thoughts that I have. Oh, yeah, it's right here. It's quality over quantity. This reminds me to not get so focused on how many people I have around me and focus more on the quality of people I have around me. Getting caught up in numbers is just something that the world tries to get us to think, like how many followers you have, how many friends you have. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. That's useless. It's just something that people seem to, or around you probably, it's just the way our brains work. More better, right? More better, right? More better. No, not true. Not always. So quality over quantity. What was I saying? I don't remember. That sucks. But I know what I was talking about in a general sense. And so if it bothers you that I don't remember, I'm sorry. But I can't worry about it. Low-key, I can't. So anyways, it helps me to think about this and to remember that, like, out of those 145 people, a 5% click-through rate would be less than 10 people. So imagine you get into your school and only 9 or 10 people like you, and the other 145 people hate you, or other 136. Quick math. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That would suck, right? If 130 people in your class hate you, holy, that sucks. But like, really, it doesn't. Like, that's good in this sense. So, anyways, all I'm saying is YouTube taught me to not get so stuck up on like that every person that I meet has to like me, and has to see me, and I have to like show them that I'm this type of person. Just let it be. Just let it go. Leave it alone, and you'll find those that really appreciate you. And you don't always have to explain yourself. You don't always have to try to fix things and fix people, relationships, whatever. Just, it's okay. It's gonna be okay. You'll find your crew, your group. I think that's like a thing that a lot of people struggle with, is like finding people that they genuinely connect with, can trust, enjoy spending time with, can be sharpened by. I know one of my best friends, when he moved to a new school, it sucked for me because he moved like an hour and a half away. This was a couple years ago when I was an undergrad, so I was probably a sophomore. And he moved away, and I remember for a year and a half to 2 years, he didn't have a group around him that he could find, because he's different. He values different things in life than the majority of people do, and so it was hard for him to find a group where he fit in. And he's really special. He's got a lot of talent. He's got a great mind, a great heart, and I think just he wasn't interested in what people were doing and what they had to offer. He was looking for something different. He's looking for people that are dedicated, determined, thoughtful, mindful, they can trust, and have similar interests in him that he does. And so I think that's just a common thing. It's a common thing, even here. I am finding people that I really like here, though. I will say, I think the more time that has gone by, the more that I've gotten to get to know people and see people in various situations. And I think if you watch my videos since I first got here, I mean, I didn't really know who I was going to find, what I was going to do. I went, at first I thought, I found a great group, and now I don't really talk to that group too much. And then, the people, I was like, I don't really feel like I have anybody around me. I don't trust anybody here. I don't find that I'm not finding the quality and the type of people that I want, And in some ways, that's something I have to accept still, because not everyone is, on the same page as me with how I like to spend my time, and, how introspective I am, and all of that. I like to be very introspective and think and spend time, learning and growing, and things that I value maybe not be the same as other people. A lot of the people around me are super engrossed in school, which is great, and go, get your education, whatnot, if that's for you. But like, for me, school's not the end. That's not the end goal, is for me to perform well in school. It's important. I like it. It's good. But I think working on myself and, my abilities and the things that I can, tangibly use are a little more important to me than performing well in school. But hey, it's each their own. Everyone gets to choose, and I've just chose mine. And so I look for people that like to do what I do. And they're out there. I have plenty of friends that I've met over the years. By plenty, I mean, I have plenty now, but I've been in different spaces and different places, and, like, only one person from high school am I really, really close with. We call a lot. Great guy. Probably like 4 or 5 friends from childhood. Something like that. And then like 4 or 5, maybe something like that from undergrad for the 4 years that I was there. Those are the people that I will be lifelong friends with and continue to talk to. And there's other people who I love a lot. I don't spend as much time talking to, but, and then, one work friend from the 3 years that I worked at Target. There's one guy that I still love talking to and calling. And I love a lot of people that I've met over the time. It's not that I don't like them. It's not that I don't see value in them. It's just that we're not on the same path. And spending our time together just doesn't make sense. And that's okay. But when I see them, I'm happy to see them. They're great people, But not everybody's for me, and I'm not for everyone. And so just being accepting of that is helps. It helps you to be at peace with things like this. So I feel like this is a valuable conversation. I hope this helped. If this is something that you struggle with, I hope it helped. If you don't, and you're just looking for some food for thought, then I hope that helped too. But I'm glad to be back. Glad to be in a space that I can share my minds and thoughts. My roommates love being loud. Oh my goodness. Can we go punch them? We should. We should. But, yeah. I think I'll stick to one thing for today, and that's the topic of the day. I'll just talk about that for today. Usually every time I record, my fingers move faster. They're just not working right. These work really well. Can you tell I'm right-handed? Whatever. It's fine. But, yeah. I think every time I record, the good thing about me recording, like, not as frequently, is I have more time to, like, experience life and then have something to talk about and focus on when we do meet, when I do come back. So I think that's a good thing. But obviously, I know some of you would appreciate my videos more often. I'm glad that I can be a comforting and peaceful presence to be around. That is good. That's what I love. And many of you I would be friends with in real life. I think you guys are awesome if I met you. But there's the distance barrier. Many of you from all over the world, which is awesome. It's an honor. An honor. An honor. An honor. But I promised a 25-minute video, and we're nearly at the end, so I don't really know if I have anything to say. Other than that, I am rooting for all of you. I wish you all the best in your life, and that I will be back. There will not be any foreseeable leave of absence for me. Lots been going on. Things have been developing in my life, which is great. In many different ways, in many different shapes, in many different forms. I think my mind, I've had a lot of things I've been working on too, and I feel happy to share, and there's lots more that I could share, but we'll save that for another time. That's just one thing that was on my mind. So like I said, rooting for you. Wish you the best. I hope you get some good rest, and I'll be back soon.